Update: Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend that being depressed is not an excuse for being lazy? Original, here. Ultimately I realize that the majority of the blame was mine. I never ever should have called her lazy because that isn't what she is. I lashed out and I shouldn't have. She stayed at her mother's for a few days, and we eventually met up to talk. I told her how it just got too much for me, but it was no excuse for lashing out and I apologized. She apologized also, not that she needed to, and we talked for a long while about how we can make our relationship work. I expressed my concerns over her therapist who is very against anything other than talking therapy. She agreed that he didn't seem to really have her best interests at heart and she is currently looking for someone new. For now, I suggested she stops looking for work. She got a lot of rejections and I could see it was upsetting her more. I just felt we should take a step back from that and I want her to focus a little more on herself. She was unsure as she felt bad that I would be working for both of us, but I assured her it is fine. I make enough to support us both quite comfortably. I also suggested maybe she could volunteer at some point just to get her out and get some more stuff on her resume. I'm no therapist so these were just suggestions, but it has seemed to have taken some of the pressure off her, which is all I wanted. We agreed that being in the apartment all day alone and in bed is not good for her. So, we came up with a plan that she do an exercise video 3 times a week. It's only a 10-minute one just so she is doing something. She has found she likes doing them, they make her feel a bit better after, and has started something called yin yoga now too. To help me, she has 1 chore a day to do. I don't care what it is. It could be dishes or it could just be putting the laundry in the hamper. This rule has at least gotten her out of bed for part of the day and she's found that once she starts she sometimes ends up doing more than one thing. I make sure to show my appreciation for whatever she has done, no matter how small it was. We have set out that every Sunday we will have a deep cleaning day where we get everything done for the week. This has been surprisingly successful. We make it fun and just mess around while still getting things done. It makes the week a lot more manageable when we only have light chores to keep on top of. She is trying more, and I am also working on being more supportive about her depression. I'm researching it more, and learning ways I can help her because it is a part of her. We are both putting more effort in and communicating a lot better. I hope we keep making progress because I do love her very much and want us to work.
It's so nice when these things have a happy ending. Good job on working on your issues and communicating properly. Less than 3.
Great to hear. Depression-induced inability to get out of bed is a vicious circle, and having you there to help her both be accountable but also as her support is super important. It's good to see that you've been able to change your behavior, which in turn will help her as well. If she's enjoying doing online fitness and yin yoga, I highly recommend the YouTube channel Yoga with Adriene. She does a lot of slow yin style lessons, in addition to specific ones for people with depression and anxiety that are great.
I'm glad that you've found this balance. I do think you are being hard on yourself as well. Are you familiar with the concept of caregiver fatigue? It sounds like you unknowingly assigned yourself as her caregiver, which is incredibly taxing, especially when it just sort of happened as opposed to knowingly taking on the job. Living with someone with mental health issues has its own set of challenges. You should seriously look into getting your own therapist to help you handle that responsibility and manage your own well-being.
This is such a wholesome update. It sounds like you and girlfriend are doing all the right things. Best of luck to both of you.
Glad to hear a happy update, and that she's feeling better. I know you're not asking for advice anymore, but if she likes online tutorials and yoga, can I suggest Yoga with Adriene? I love her easy, calm demeanor. She has several 30-day courses, so once you pick a course, it's not a chore to find another video to do the next day. And she doesn't have to do yoga every single day. I would do it with my friend, and we used to take off the weekends anyways.
This is beautiful to read. The best apology is changed behavior. Well done.
Love this update. Your patience and attention to her mental health are admirable. It's hard to get out of a depressive episode, but with support from those around her, especially this level of support, she'll appreciate this more than she can ever explain down the road. Keep up the good work, and remember, if the load gets too heavy as time goes on, your mental health is important too, so seek out your own support as needed.
This is such a lovely update. I'm glad you were able to work things out. That sounds like a really good plan for her.
When she finds a new therapist, you should ask to go to one of the appointments so that you can learn more about depression. It's a safe space where she can, with the therapist's help, tell you her triggers, how it feels, that kind of thing, and knowing may help strengthen your relationship in the future.
Hey, I like you. As someone with depression, it is so hard to communicate that with a significant other who doesn't. You are the real MVP. I hope you guys stay together forever because you sound like the kind of person willing to put in the work. High five. You rock. Etc., etc.
I struggle with major depression, and it often affects me to the point where it's hard to get out of bed, even to take a piss. I'm so glad you're both making the effort to learn how to support each other and thrive despite the soul-sucking monster depression can be.
I don't know, sounds like you sheltering a little too much, one chore a day. Sounds like you got a kid, not a partner. But do you?
I love the update posts on this sub, and this is one of the best. As a person who has depression, but milder than your GF, thank you for being willing to admit you had wrong notions about depression and to educate yourself about how this affects all aspects of a person's life, things to do to deal with it, and for becoming such a good support for your GF. I wish you both the best.
Hi. Someone with depression here. Having the love and support helps immensely. And we understand you get frustrated too. So do we. All the time. Doing activities together really helps, or making a game of it. I have a supportive husband, and while he gets frustrated sometimes, the love and support has helped me get to the point where I can now work full-time and go to school. Helping her find the things that best help her cope is a key thing. I love going to the gym, still closed currently, and exercising. It makes me feel more positive about myself. Affirmations help as well.
This is so lovely. You obviously really care about her and you've found a way to make things work for both of you. You should be really proud of yourself. This post has given me the warm and fuzzies. Well done.
Executive dysfunction is a bitch to deal with. I am glad you apologized and are working with her to help her. It's very obvious you love her very much, and I am glad she has someone like you in her life. I didn't see the original but appreciate reading the update. My partner has to be patient with me sometimes, too, and it makes pulling out of my funk so much easier. Good luck to you both.
I'm not sure if you'll see this, but I have a suggestion that has helped me a lot with motivation. You mentioned that she sometimes ends up doing more after she does the one chore. I've found that with motivation, getting started is the hardest part. If she's so tired she can't comprehend doing all the dishes or whatever the chore is, have her tell herself she only needs to do it for 5 minutes. If she's still exhausted after 5 minutes, it's okay to stop. 5 minutes is better than no minutes. When there's a mess everywhere and you're exhausted and you think you have to do a whole overflowing sink full of dishes, it's hard to even get started. But often, once you get started, it's easier to finish. I hope this helps.
I'm happy that you both found a happy median, but I do want to caution you to remember that your well-being is important too. If you feel like you can handle doing the majority of the chores as well as working full-time, then more power to you, but please do not hesitate to express yourself if it ever becomes an issue for you to have all of that on your shoulders. Be nice to yourself.
Person with many years of severe depression checking in to say this makes me very happy to hear. The plan you all have made uses a lot of the tools I learned in cognitive behavioral therapy, and I'm glad that she is feeling a bit better. I empathize with feeling overwhelmed each day, but, once I do one thing, often being able to start on the next. I don't want to rush to say that everyone needs medication as well as therapy, but I did want to note that taking it for a short time could be helpful at some point. Not everyone needs it, and some of it can have bad side effects, but it can help folks get a bit more motivated sometimes. Just something to bear in mind. I hope you both have better days ahead.
Fuck. This makes me so teary-eyed happy. Happy for you, yes, but mostly happy for her. I have that sort of depression where getting out of bed is a struggle every morning, and seeing that teeny tiny little things are helping her that much gives me so much hope. Thank you for this update, and I wish you both the absolute best.
Sorry, but I'm not seeing this as a happy ending. You've taken on a role of a crutch in her life. You both need to take a step back from this relationship, and she needs to sort out her depression. Then, when she's strong enough to be your partner, you need to resume living together. It's okay to need a little more help at times. It's not okay for the default status of you relationship to be 80% of the mental load and work is on op, and 20% on the girlfriend on the days she feels like it. You're supposed to be partners. You aren't her parent, or caregiver. What happens when you're in need? Who will take care of you? And what about your mental health and physical health with all the extra work you're doing? I wish you the best, but my heart breaks for you a little.
Sounds like you are more of a parent and a caregiver than an equal.
You're a good egg. All the best to the two of you.
If she likes animals and the COVID restrictions become less, she could try volunteering at an animal shelter where she could possibly play with puppies and kittens and take the dogs for walks. I found volunteering at an animal shelter was like animal therapy for me and really helped with my anxiety. I am happy that you two found something that worked. I wish you guys the best.
I have severe depression that interferes with my ability to do chores. I have struggled to do this. I have felt worthless, and horrible, and my whole life I've been told it is just because I am lazy. This gives me hope. Thank you.
I know how she feels. IDK if it's all depression for me, but I'm always tired. Could be anemia mixed with depression or something. I do work 6 days a week though. I have a hard time coming home from work and getting things done. Sometimes dishes or laundry I can get done, but anything like vacuuming is harder to do.
Well done. This update made me smile. Hope your girlfriend gets her mental health better.
Well done. I know some people will disagree, but definitely try some medication. I've been on depression meds for quite a while and they really help. As my psychiatrist put it, some people simply don't produce enough serotonin to stay happy and well, so they need a regular boost to stay stable. For me, it really helps. Good luck.
Honestly, she has been depressed for so long she probably needs medication from her doctor. This will take time to kick in but will help long term. You are being supportive with her and helping her to set small goals. There is a fab app called Bearable where you can log how you are feeling, what you have done etc. each day. It's free. I use it when I'm in a bad bout and it is good to just log and then after a while, you can look back as see that you have logged improvement. It also allows you to log medication so you don't have to worry about did you take it. Good luck to you both.
Wow, this is beautiful. I am so happy for you both.
If she's not leaving the house every day for some sunshine, make sure she starts taking VD supplements op. Being cooped up inside all day would be compounding her depression for sure.
The one chore a day thing does work. Like I am being absolutely serious when I say it does. When I was in really deep depression and before the meds were situated I wasn't doing much of anything. My husband had me do one chore a day. It's gradually increased to one room a day. It's a lot less overwhelming and seems manageable. I'm glad you worked things out with your girlfriend. Separating after a fight and coming back to talk it out once both are calmer is always best in my opinion.
I tend to notice people that don't suffer from depression, anxiety, ADHD, OCD, or any variety of mental illness, don't really understand it that well. It's super easy to see someone in this situation and think, I get you're depressed, but at a certain point it has to be laziness. It's super refreshing to see someone try and reconcile and understand, support their partner better. Best of luck to you guys.
It's nice that when some people receive criticism they actually attempt to do something about the negative baggage they're carrying around. Proud of you M8.
I didn't see any mention on the original post, and I won't go digging here, but does she have a psychiatrist? For the US at least, therapists typically aren't prescribers, psychiatrists are. Often the therapist writes a referral, then she sees a random psychiatrist and gets the meds. But a referral isn't needed just to find a psychiatrist. It's best to have both, but you don't need one in order to see the other. It can be hard, but Google can help. Aside from that, I'm glad this has worked out. I have been in a similar situation as your girlfriend and I am lucky to have someone who skipped the "you're lazy" phase. That post really made my blood boil. Imagine having this type of support from someone in your life. You are amazing and your girlfriend is blessed to have you supporting her. My family doesn't seem to understand how horrible the depression, self-hatred cycle can be. Sad face.
There gets to be a point when there isn't anything more to talk apt especially at $80 to $300 hour. That therapist should support a person who wants to take a step, any step, something new, something that worked in the past. The human brain is easy to fool. But it's hard to remember the things that can help, i.e. smiling at others makes them smile back at you. Your brain sees that. And smiles back at them. And our little pea brains think, oh, I must be better, feel better, I'm smiling. Even feeling anxious, if she change our posture we will make our brain feel different. Nervous before a job interview. Go in bathroom, clench fists and shove arms up into the air and growling you got this, yes. Will make your testosterone pop up. Very good for us females. The human body is amazing. This is what a true ally and a supportive partner looks like. I aspire to be more like you when my partner is feeling down.
Wow. What an awesome update. As someone who struggles with depression and knows many who do, you sound like you are doing amazing at supporting your girlfriend. Not sure if this helps or not, but my therapist taught me the 15-minute method, where you set your timer for 15 minutes and focus solely on whatever task it is you want done for 15 minutes. And then after 15 minutes you can go back to doing unrelated things, or, if you're in a groove, you can keep going. I find that usually I just need those first 15 minutes to get me started and I can keep going. Hope your girlfriend keeps doing well.
So glad you're able to support her in the way she needs it. You work hard to understand her, and she in turn will work hard to get herself better. I suffered from depression for years. Letting chores build up to the point where they seemed insurmountable. One a day. That's all. One thing a day. Then build on that thing. Add another thing 2 days later. Small, baby steps. Doing this saved me from the black hell I was in. My husband helped with the rest. I look forward to getting out of bed now. Good luck, op.
I think your girlfriend is lazy. I have suffered from major depression since I was a young teen. I have been actively suicidal daily for years. I'm exhausted and miserable. But I get the hell up every day and work my ass off because I know it's the only way to make any self-improvement. Your girlfriend needs a reality check.
I had depression and my ex-boyfriend was horrible to me. Even after originally lashing out at her, thank you for apologizing and trying to work with her and help her. Positive reinforcement does wonders. Hey, coming from the girlfriend with depression in my relationship, you're being really understanding and she is very lucky to have someone like you. My boyfriend is a lot like you, and I'm grateful for him every day. Good job.
This is the most support I've ever heard of for someone with depression. You're not only being supportive of her needed downtime, but also trying little things to help ease her mind, get her mind off of things. I fully understand what happened in the first post, and I'm glad you two worked it out. You seem like a great person, and she's lucky to have someone that cares about her so deeply. I know this will probably get buried, but she should try vitamin D supplements. They changed my life. I used to be so depressed that I would cry every day, and now I'm fine. They even helped with joint pains that made it hard to go out and make my life one that I was proud of. And I'm not shilling because I'm not telling you to buy one brand. Any of them will work, but I recommend the gummies just cause they're nice.
This sounds like you went at it as a team. Rather than you v her, it was you and her v the problem, depression. Good job. I'm so happy for you both.
As someone with severe depression, thank you. This is the compassionate response that has a chance at actually helping.
She and you should take a look at the book Hyperbole and a Half by Ali Brosh. It describes depression in a very intelligible way. It's also Pee Your Pants funny. Also Furiously Happy by Jenny Lawson. She needs to see a psychiatrist. This is how I get when I'm not on medication.